Have you ever wondered what happens when the person everyone underestimates is pushed too far? When a quiet soul, carrying scars no one can see, finally decides enough is enough. This isn't just a story about bullies. It's about one girl who had the courage to rise from the shadows, to turn her pain into power, and to teach the world that true strength is born in the darkest of battles. Stay with me until the very end, because Kayla Harrison's journey will change the way you see courage forever. Kayla Harrison had always been different. She wasn't the loudest in class, she wasn't the type to fight back when mocked, and she certainly wasn't the kind of girl who looked for trouble. She carried herself with a quiet determination, but beneath that calm face lived years of buried pain, pain from a past that only made her stronger, though most couldn't see it. High school, however, was cruel. The moment Kayla walked into her new school, the whispers began. Some made fun of her short hair, others mocked her clothes, and soon a group of self-proclaimed, popular kids decided she would be their new target. They called her names, shoved her in the hallways, and spread rumors that cut deeper than any punch could. But Kayla didn't respond. She kept walking, head down, as if the words didn't matter. What the bullies didn't know was that Kayla had been training in silence. Judo wasn't just a sport for her, it was survival, a way to take back control over a life that had once felt broken. Every night after school, while her classmates wasted time laughing at her, Kayla trained until her muscles burned and her mind was sharper than steel. Still, the bullying escalated. One afternoon in the cafeteria, the bullies decided to humiliate her publicly. They spilled milk over her head, laughing as the cafeteria roared with cruel amusement. Kayla froze, trembling not from fear, but from the battle raging inside her. She wanted to stay silent, but the fire inside her was growing, begging to be unleashed. That night she sat alone in her room, staring at the ceiling. Memories of her struggles came flooding back, moments where life had tried to break her, moments where she felt invisible. She whispered to herself, "Not anymore, tomorrow, everything changes." And with that decision, Kayla Harrison was no longer just a target. She was becoming the storm the bullies never saw coming. The next morning, Kayla walked into school with a calm, steady confidence that no one recognized. The bullies noticed immediately. Smirks spread across their faces as they cornered her near the lockers, ready for their daily dose of cruelty. "Hey loser, didn't you get enough yesterday?" one sneered, shoving her shoulder. This time Kayla didn't lower her eyes. She looked straight into his with a gaze so sharp it silenced his laughter. "I'm not your victim anymore," she said, her voice steady but cold. The bully lunged forward, expecting her to cower. But in a flash, Kayla moved, her judo training taking over instinctively. She sidestepped, grabbed his arm, and with perfect precision flipped him flat onto the floor. The crowd gasped. His friends rushed forward, but Kayla was ready. Each movement was fluid, powerful, and controlled. She blocked a punch, countered with a swift throw, and within seconds, the group of bullies who once tormented her lay groaning in defeat. The hallway was silent, every student stunned. Kayla didn't gloat, she didn't scream. She simply adjusted her backpack, glanced at the stunned faces, and said, "Strength isn't about hurting others. It's about standing for yourself when no one else will." From that day forward, no one dared to touch her. The whispers stopped, the laughter faded, and even those who once mocked her began to look at her with respect. But for Kayla, it wasn't about revenge. It was about reclaiming her dignity, her confidence, and her life. Her journey didn't end there. Kayla went on to channel her struggles into greatness, becoming a world champion, a fighter who turned pain into power. But what people remembered most wasn't just the titles she won. It was the courage she showed in that one unforgettable moment when she destroyed not just the bullies, but the fear that had chained her for years. Kayla Harrison's story isn't just about martial arts or fighting back. It's about resilience, courage, and the power of never letting cruelty define you. She proved that no matter how broken you feel, you can rise, and when you do, the world will never forget your strength.